data science matters and how it empowers business value. Before I go on my slide, I would just like to have a few overview of what data science is all about. You know, in every business setup right now, we normally deal with data. You understand? And the reason for we piling up data and using data for our daily analysis has bring about the relevance of data science and how it is going to empower our business value. So now, let us look into the slide. By the way, what is data science? And according to Wikipedia, data science is an interdisciplinary field that uses scientific method, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from structured and unstructured data. So data science is related to data mining and big data. So, and you know, from the word data mining, you would have known that, you know now, extracting of data, piling of data, you understand? And big data also. Big data is when we have very volume, as in a large volume of data. And not all data are always in figures, you understand? We have some data that are in audio tape, video tape, you understand? Unlike YouTube, whereby we have videos of, we have a lot of videos, you understand? And each video is a data on its own, making it a data set in YouTube, and so on like that. We have other sites like that that deals with bulks of data, which is what? Which is big data, as in they deal much with big data. So now, understanding data science and why it is so important. The relevance of data science now have highly skyrocketed to an extent that they now identify it to be one of the sexiest job title of the 21st century. And why is it such a demanding position these days? The short answer is that over the last decade, there has been a massive explosion in both the data generated and retained by the companies. As well as you and I know, sometimes we call the big data and like a pile of lumber, you understand now? This pile of lumbers, you know, you can use it to do whatsoever thing that you can do so far as furniture is concerned. So now, data also, you can use it to tell different stories, you understand? It depends on what the data is all about. So, the demand for data scientists is increasing so quickly that McKinsey predicts that by 2018, there will be 50% gap in the supply of data scientists versus the demand. So now, 8 ways data scientists can add value. Data scientists can add value to a business. Now, 1, empowering and management and officers to make better decisions. You know, as a data scientist, you dealing with the data, you being able to manipulate the data, and you are able to analyze the data. At the end of the day, you are going to arrive at a valid conclusion whereby you will be able to draw out inferences that is going to validate the data which you are working on, and you will be able to, you know, give relevant information about the data out. So again, what are the works of the data scientists? Secondly, directing action based on trend, which is in turn to help the divine goal. You know, for you to have arrived at a conclusion from the data, you will be able to know where you are heading to, you understand, from the data, you understand. So by this, it is going to know where we are going, and it is going to give directions based on what? Based on where we are going and the particular goals that we want to achieve. And thirdly, challenging the staff to adopt best practices and focus on issues that matters. You know, now, whereby we are in a company now, and there is this kind of product that we want to sell out to the public. So now there are 3 methods in which we think that we can market this product. So now we now go on statistical analysis on which method is best. You understand? By analyzing the three methods, at the end of the day, we'll be able to arrive at the conclusions that option A is best in selling this particular product. You understand? So by this, it gives the staffs, you understand, edge, direction on what to do. You understand? So now again, identifying opportunities. As a data scientist, you should be able to what? To identify opportunities. And these are one of the reasons that data scientists are very, very important in any business sector. Why? It is because they are the ones that will first of all try to identify both the lapses and the opportunities that are there, you understand, in the data that is on ground. On the fifth position, decision making with quantifiable data-driven evidence. You understand? There is no way you'll be analyzing your data, presenting your data without you understand, without you having one particular thing that you are looking into about the data, and you must be able to make decisions at the end of the day and give valid conclusions on it. And so, on the next part, testing this decision. After you have arrived at the conclusion that, okay, let us use this, and before you can actually embark on it fully and start using it, you understand, you want to test it. If the decision you have arrived at, you understand, is totally valid, is 100% valid. So by this, you want to test. You understand? So these are the work of the data scientist, and these are one of the things that, for you, in any business setup, for a product to be, to be very, very marketable outside, you understand, you have to have practiced it inside a house, you understand, and when you see that it is very effective, that is when you want to decide that, okay, let us push it out to the public. So testing the decision make by the data scientist, you understand, is one of the key factors why data science is adding values to business. So seventh part, identification and refining of target audiences. You understand? Okay, now we have arrived at the conclusion that method B is the best method to use. We have tested it, and it has been and we have confirmed it that it is okay to use. Now, who are our targets outside? Who are we targeting? You understand? Even from the data set, and from analyzing the data, and from understanding what the data is trying to pinpoint out, we can be able to identify our audiences outside. You understand? So far, we know what we are selling out. We know what we are offering. So now, in any business sector, you should be able to identify the target audience outside. You understand? And one of the key values of data science is that it helps to identify that too. You understand? So lastly, recruiting the right talent for the organization. Data can only identify the lapses and the opportunities that any business setup is supposed to is going to be having. You understand? The lapses and the opportunities that is there to achieve. But again, no matter what, you will still need talent and experienced staff. You understand? People that are experienced in the role, in that part, in that sector, who are going to execute the plan. You understand? So by this, is one of the right things to do. By what? By recruiting the right talent for the organization. So now, again, let me now start. Okay, I've even explained it, but let me just try to review it again. Firstly, empowering management and officers to make decisions. What are they trying to say here? They said an experienced data scientist is likely to be trusted and strategic partner to the organization, upper management, by ensuring that the staff maximize their analytics capabilities. A data scientist communicates and demonstrates the value of institutions' data to facilitate improved decision making. processed across the entire organization through measuring, tracking, recording, performance, metrics, and other information. And on the second part, directing actions based on trends, which is in turn to define goals. A data scientist examines and explores the organization data, after which they recommend and prescribe certain actions that will help improve the institution's performance, better engage customers, and ultimately increase profitability. And on the third part, challenging the staff to adopt the best practices and focus on issues that matters. And why is this important? One of the responsibilities of a data scientist is to ensure that the staff is familiar and well-versed with the organization analytic products. They prepare the staff for success with the demonstration of the effective use of the system to extract insights and driven action. One of the staffs understand the product's capabilities. Their focus can shift to addressing key business challenges. On the fourth part, identifying opportunities. Like I said earlier, during the interactions with the organization's current analytic system, data scientists question the existing processes and assumptions for the purpose of what? Developing additional method and analytical algorithm. Their job requires them to continuously and constantly improve the value that is derived from the organization's data. On the fifth part, decision-making and quantifiable data-driven evidences. With the arrival of the data scientists, data gathering and data analysis from various channels have ruled out the need to take high-stake risks. Data scientists create models using existing data that simulate a variety of potential actions. In this way, an organization can learn which path will bring the best business outcome. So, on the sixth part, testing this decision. Half of the battles involve making certain decisions and implementing those changes. What about the other half? That is, now that we have taken the decision, you understand? Now we want to test that decision, you understand? And one of it is that it is crucial to know how those decisions have affected the organization. This is where a data scientist comes in. It pays to have someone who can measure the metrics that are related to important changes and quantify their success. So on the seventh part, identification and refining of target audiences. From Google Analytics to customer survey, most companies will have at least one source of customer data that is being collected. But if it isn't used well, for instance, to identify demographics, the data isn't useful. The importance of data science is based on the ability to take existing data that is not necessarily useful on its own and combine it with the other data points to generate insights an organization can use to learn more about the customers and audience. A data scientist can help with the identification of the key groups with precision via a thorough analysis of disparate source of data. With in-depth knowledge, the organization can tailor sources, services, and products to customer groups and help profit margin flourish. Lastly, recruiting the right talent for the organization. Reading through resumes all day is a daily chore in a recruiter's life, but this is changing due to big data. With the amount of information available on talent through social media, corporate databases, and job search websites, data science specialists can work their way through all these data points to find candidates who best fit the organization's need. By mining the vast amount of data that is already available in-house processing for resumes and applications, and even sophisticated data-driven aptitude tests and game. Data science can help your recruitment team make speedier and more accurate selection. So now,